importance of having a line out, isn't it, that wins your own ball. You have to bank on it.
Well, Tom Evans of Scotland will vouch for the pace of Ugo Monye. Saw that at Twickenham. And now Rocky Elson will do the same. But Elson is proving to be a major figure in this match. In a very positive way for Leinster.
Just take him back, boys, okay?
Contepomi down the middle. Evans asking Monye to do the work, not just the run to the ball, but the kick as well, which is another indication of the state of health of Nick Evans.
Also an indication, though, of the trust in Ugo Monye. His all-round game has improved hugely. He has kicked out of hand brilliantly all season. You watched him a year ago, 2 years ago. He looked so awkward kicking a ball. Now he's very comfortable, and he will always boom a kick a long way. And he's very accurate now.
But normally Evans would have been the man to control that situation. I think the Harlequins medical team have got some work to do at half-time. Darcy.
Hands away now! That's fine. Leave it now, leave it come, Harlequins, let it come! Push back, lads.
Whittaker. O'Driscoll, he sees the space again, and it's all about the bounce here. Oh, O'Driscoll's taken it! Ronnie's going for him! O'Driscoll, does he have the strength again? Leinster arrive in numbers, he didn't quite get it down, but he's got it back as Brian O'Driscoll to Whittaker just before half-time. A hand in there from Easter, and the referee is going to give a penalty, and he's going to award a card too. That was cynical. That was totally cynical.
Too many bodies, deliver top on, off you go.
I can't see how Nick Easter can complain about that. A moment of brilliance. We've seen some nice midfield play from the Quins, but one individual has that capacity to change a game, and that one man is Brian O'Driscoll. Yes, the break is lucky, but how often do you see the geniuses get the luck go their way? Nothing was on, and O'Driscoll just thought, I'm going to chance my arm here. It needs to break right to left. It does viciously. And again, the defence is brilliant from Monye. You think he's in. Strettle's job there is superb. David Strettle has done wonderfully, and you think it must be a try. Nick Easter comes back. There's the hand flashing out there. Nigel Owen's quite right to say too many bodies couldn't be a penalty try, but that was cynical, and that from O'Driscoll was pure brilliance. And what defence from Monye, and then Strettle. What's Strettle now? His body position. He knows what he's got to do, and he does exactly that.
Incredible defence from the Harlequins wings there on Brian O'Driscoll, who so nearly conjured up something special again in this competition. What he has done is to create a scoring opportunity for his kicker Felipe Contepomi, and he's delivered Nick Easter into the sin bin for the last few seconds of this half, which will all be about the kick, and more importantly the start of the second. Contepomi has got the 3 points, and they disappear down the tunnel with Harlequins, the home side, still without a point.
Well, last week at the Rec, Harlequins defence delivered a coup de grace against Bath. This week the boot's on the other foot. We've seen some lovely play from Harlequins, but as Brian O'Driscoll goes off, his moment of magic and Contepomi's boot provide the difference. Leinster are defending brilliantly. Dean Richards knows his team have an awful lot of work to do in this second half.
O'Driscoll also disappeared down that tunnel, holding his shoulder looking awkward. Dean Richards got a pretty good look at that as O'Driscoll went past, so maybe they're long since they were in the quarterfinals of the Heineken Cup. They've got to somehow find a way to win and learn on the job. Leinster, well, they've got the experience of having been in these situations. They've got to find a way to play their way, to play through to the semi-final.
Miles, they've also got 9 minutes now to really hurt Harlequins while they're down to 14 men with Nick Easter in the bin. Really important. How many times this season at all levels of rugby have we seen that 15 against 14 count? And when you see a game so tight as this, where the scramble defence is so good, it might not be a try, it might be a penalty and a drop goal. Leinster really need to take advantage. That's sloppy though from Malcolm O'Kelly. Silly, needless penalty to give away, and the Quins are able to eat up some time and take a chunk of territory.
Percival is okay, and he won't mind at all about that. The way the penalty was conceded by Leinster right at the start of the second half, allowing Harlequins and their hooker here, Gary Bowden, to have possession of that thing that matters. Robson, Kerr, Evans, flat as they get really, to TSC. Dota. He stayed strong, he stayed upright. Well, he did initially, until the support came, so that's why the ball has come back. But Evans again not moving as freely as he should. He skips back into position as he has to, but just didn't look as fluid there. He's trying to play through it. TSC.
Very abrupt play from Jordan Turnbull and Tiesi. He's trying to get the flag in a decent period from Harlequins, but they've got to hold on to the ball, and what happens? They get turned over. The Leinster turnover machine has struck again.
Whittaker and Contepomi. And there's a lot of space here, and Lefewa has seen it. Mike Brown is trying to get across. Lefewa might be first, and there's no, Brown has done it. Oh, he didn't take the ball with him. But the flag is up.
Oh, tiptoeing on the white line there, Lefewa. He thought for a split second the doors to the try line were opening. Lovely kick and vision from Felipe Contepomi. Oh, and that's an error there. It really was from Mike Brown. He is lucky to get away with that. Just lost his bearings there. Well, I think if Lefewa stays in field, then he's absolutely standing stock still, and he's going to get smashed into touch. Turnover again, though. It's a weapon for Leinster in this first half.
And playing towards the majority of the Leinster support now. Care. Lefewa. Carney. Just playing for a bit of territory. Remember, a man to the good with Easter off.
Well, it's been a fairly rigid game plan. We saw Luke Fitzgerald scorning the counter-attack, and Mike Brown smiling there. Rob Carney didn't even think about it. Right now, Leinster are trying to put a territorial squeeze on 7-man Harlequins up front, and Leinster fans know that. This is not a beauty contest. This is about making the semi-finals, getting that trip to Croke Park, meeting Munster.
They want the rematch. They're demanding the rematch of the semi-final in 2006. Both and Robson combining with that front throw again.
Push back forward! Now, step back now! And the feet going for there!
Kerr with Strettle to chase, but he's got a lot of chasing. So line just holding back now to see what Leinster will do. It's Lefewa. Again, it's Brown coming across. Awkward angle. Carney. He's got a big boot as well. And this will be Monya's eventually.
Lost that one in the grey for a split second. Did very well to readjust there. As bad as the Leinster boys kicked at times in the first half, that was much better. What they've been able to do there, they've forced Harlequins' line out to go from very deep, and they're forcing Harlequins to kick from deep. And Monya there, he finds a safe touch. But what is happening is Leinster are just eating up chunks of ground. But at least Harlequins have taken up a few minutes of the clock with Easter off.
And a return to the old kicking days there from Ugo Monya. A very disappointing effort.
Bit of a slog, wasn't it?
He was angry with himself. Bernard Jackman. He's gone for the tail, and he's not come up with a straight throw.
That's too far out, lads, okay?
And some valuable time disappears on the sin bin here.
Catching outside there, bring it in, please.
Ugo Monya. He can do better than that, he knows it. And the Quins, if they are going to win this game, they want to play this match in the right part of the ground. You might win it with a miracle play from 80 minutes, but you don't want to rely on it.
Engage. Stay there.
Brown standing in at standoff with Evans at full back in that particular defensive formation. And Brown again does catch his high balls. So too Carney though, here he is.
Pressure from Rocky Elsom and Kerr. It was superb there from the Wallaby.
Elsom's been brilliant today. Darcy to Contepomi, steps inside, and that's a lovely line from Fitzgerald. Really hit the ball at pace. Whittaker now can locate the ball. He slipped, inside it goes to Elsom, then it's O'Kelly. Leinster now really upping the ante. Whittaker, Contepomi, Lefewa, it's forward. Carney has not scored. Adjusts to the forward pass.
Well, we saw the real threat there of Leinster. The angles were superb. A forward pass stops Leinster, but we saw the real threat of their backs. A gorgeous half-break from Felipe Contepomi. But just watch, well, forward pass there, inside ball. Carney thinks this is the moment. It is a forward pass.
Big man, he was always going to get there. Nothing that the final tackle could do. It was about that pass.
Tight. I think he just came forward with a left hand of Contepomi there. Now Contepomi, we talked about Evans at the start of the first half making half breaks, but look at this now. Contepomi on your left, Luke Fitzgerald, look at the line he picks here. It's a superb line. He's miles away. He steps in and then he comes into that line there. He just drifts inside. As Nick Evans goes, it is a blow.
It's a change that Harlequins had to make. You could see it in all that Evans was doing. He just couldn't see off the injury. His return match ends after 47 minutes. And he was being put into positions defensively, and compromises were being made with the Harlequins formation. Chris Malone comes on, and who scored all of Bart's points in their 2006 quarter-final against Leicester.
Richards will be disappointed. That's a little bit of genius. The man they signed from the other side of the world to win them the game. Instead comes Malone, pragmatic, a man lacking the flair, but a man who's played really well in the absence of Evans, and he's been away for quite a lot of this season. It's a point Richards made this week. Malone has done us proud.
And now it's the Leinster pack and their turn to turn that scrum and make Kerr's life uncomfortable. And this is a big period of the match. The simbing continues. Nick Easter is prowling around on the touchline, desperate to get back on. Leinster close to the Harlequins line with the ball. Evans has gone off the field. Can they add to the lead?
Well, that's why the Leinster scrum put Quins under so much pressure. The weight of Evans, of Easter gone. Leinster 8 against 7. They now give themselves a great position.
Jackman bravely goes for the tail again, and Cullen and O'Kelly and Elsom going through. Whittaker, stand right. And it's Jordan Turner on. Somehow Harlequins have won that. All those Leinster turnovers, now it's Harlequins' turn, and Malone has decided not to look for touch. It's Carney with the long drop goal. Rob Carney towards the Leinster fans. And more towards the fans than the post in the end.
Reported with disaster, kicking straight down the pitch to Rob Carney because he's got a very good left boot, really good left boot. I still find it vaguely disappointing though. With 30 metres of space to work in, Carney has stopped counter-attacking. He did it with Ireland and he's doing it with Leinster, and it's such a part of his game. He's a sinuous runner, but he really has become an automatic returner, either via drop kick or a high ball.
So during the Simbin period, just the 3 points that started it after the penalty giveaway from Easter. Mike Brown, another catch. Doesn't miss them, does it? But I think these are good.